Hello there everyone, it's me Harry, and today I'm going to try out a very curious experiment. What's this experiment, you may ask? Well, you're wondering why I've got the PC version of Ghostbusters, the video game, sitting here. Well, I'm going to try and perform an experiment to see if you can still activate the game in 2022. Let me explain why. So, the PC version of the game uses SecuROM's product activation online method for their DRM. And I've checked online and their product activation thingy is still open. Although Atari doesn't own the rights to this game anymore, I think you can still activate it, but I have no idea. It's, as I said, it's just an experiment. Like a couple of other games that use similar methods, like Champions Online had a similar method, but this was an online game that required an account. I think it had the same DRM, but I'm not sure. But another game that used the same exact method was Legendary, which was released in 2008. And this also had SecuROM 7, whilst this game doesn't have SecuROM 7. So you can play this game without the disc once it's installed, whilst this game required the disc when you wanted to play it. So let's get the disc out. I'm covering up the product code because I don't want you to look at it. And this is a European copy, by the way. So it's from yeah, because the release of this game was actually really interesting in Europe, because first it was supposed to be published by Vivendi, then Vivendi merged with Activision. Activision didn't want it, so Atari / Infogrames purchased the rights in 2008 along with the Chronicles of Radic Assault and Dark Mafia, which I'll explain with that one. The PC version of that game was infamous for having a Tages 30-day DRM online activation thing that doesn't work anymore, because Tages, I don't think, exists as a company anymore. But then in Europe, they decided Atari sold the publishing rights to the PS2, PS3, and PSP versions to Sony, so that it would be a turned exclusive on PlayStation consoles, whilst Atari would still have the rights to the other versions. So here we go. So other than that little history lesson, let's activate the disc if it still works. Well, first of all, before I put the disc in, this is the SecuROM support website in regards to Ghostbusters, the video game, and it explains like different issues in regards to the DRM. And there's also the revoke tool, which if you don't want to have the game anymore, you can revoke the code, because the code will only work on one computer and one computer alone. So that means if your computer was broken and you didn't pretty much unactivate it, without like cracks or anything, the disc is useless, or well, the game is useless. So put the disc in, and we'll wait for it to load, and then eventually you can still it seems like you can still send them the picture of the serial number and all that. But then what you have to do is that since the Atari servers don't exist anymore, the only way you can activate the game is to enter in the serial number here, and then it will send you an unlock request code, and then you have to enter in the security code. I'm not going to show any of this because of privacy reasons, but let's get this over and done with. So you can so first of all, let's click on here. So first of all, let's install the game. Sorry if it's a little bit bright, but my camera is dying off a little bit, so I don't know for sure if it's going to display things right. So it's going to set up the install shield wizard, and then it will ask you to install the game. And then of course there's the licensing agreement. So, and there's custom installation, where you can customize the install path and easy installation. So you can install it in the default path, or you can customize the installation if you want. So here it's displaying that it wants to be in the folder Atari Ghostbusters. And then it'll copy the files. So this might take a little while, I think. So I'll get back to you after it's done. Well, the game's installed, weirdly enough. And now, it's now configuring... Oh, that's gone. Alright, so the things come... So there's the thing. Let's go on Atari and... Huh? It's not even there. Let's go on the control panel. Let's go on local disk and see if it's even installed the game. There we are. Everything's there. So it has installed the game, but it doesn't seem to have installed it properly. Let's see what else we can do. There we go, we got that again. And then the whole thing, let's just say the game isn't working properly. It didn't even ask me for the serial number. So, I have no idea what's going on. Well, there's only one thing to do now. Uninstall the game. If it's not going to install, then there's no point in this being on the computer. This application is not activated on your machine. The revocation cannot be performed. But it didn't ask me to, it didn't even ask me for the product number. What the heck is going on? There we are. All I can say is this does not work properly on my computer, as far as I know. And it's all because of that stupid SecuROM thing that wouldn't even work properly. It didn't even activate the code or anything. So this test is a pure failure. Well, that was a letdown. So I can verify, at least on my computer, that Ghostbusters the video game, the original PC version, does not work on my computer. It didn't even prompt me for the serial number or anything, so I couldn't activate it. So I do believe that there must be some sort of issue that's preventing the game from working or something. Well, at least I've got the Xbox 360 version to play instead. Or the Wii version. Or, if you're on Steam, there's the remastered version of the game that you can play instead, which is also on console. So you've got many other ways to play Ghostbusters the video game other than this original physical PC version. So, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching and bye for now, and if you do like this game, play it. Now, of course, I'm not advertised or anything, because this is just like a little test video I did. Anyways, see you later, guys, bye.